Art of Feminine Presence changed my life in a way that helped me to really know where my energy ended, because I was so empathic and open, and I used to read everyone in the whole universe and all of the problems, and I thought it was all my fault.
I was surprised when I first came into that room space that it felt very empty, and we've just had a death in the family, and I think that I was holding some grief in that space.
We can still be doing, but live in the vibrancy and the energy of being in our body, in ourself, in our womanhood, in our feminine energy.
When it comes to celebrating who we are as women, one of the things that we are, and I'm grateful for it truly, is more sensitive, more emotional, more open to what's happening within and without and around.
I love this feeling of being at home within myself. It's just the most delicious feeling when it's quiet, feeling available and present. I mean, that's what it is, the art of feminine presence, the presence to what is here.
Hello, beautiful souls. It is Sophia from Sacred You. Thank you so much for being here. But before we dive into today's Wisdom Circle, I have a small request from my heart. If our conversations ever resonate with you or support you on your journey, please subscribe to our channel or like this video. It helps us grow Sacred You, welcome more powerful voices into this space, and keep you connected to everything we share. Thank you so much for walking this path with us, and let us begin with today's conversation. Welcome to another fantastic Wisdom Circle. My name's Sophia from Sacred You, and today we have the absolute honor of hosting the Art of Feminine Presence with the beautiful and incredible facilitator, Leeann. Thank you, Leeann, for bringing another session, another chapter of the Art of Feminine Presence, which I personally feel is one of our most powerful wisdom circles, because it's something that we all need to get in touch with the feminine. I'm going to hand it over to you to introduce yourself, why the Art of Feminine Presence, before we bring in all these amazing women from all over the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia, and welcome everyone in Zoom and watching. So my name's Leeann, and I guess Art of Feminine Presence is precious to my heart in that it changed my life, and it changed my life in a way that helped me to really know where my energy ended and the energy of others began, because I was empathic and open, and I used to read everyone in the whole universe and all of the problems, and I thought it was all my fault. So learning about we call it light globe in Art of Feminine Presence, the edge of my aura, the edge of where my energy ends, was one of the major transformation practices. And there are 44 practices in the Art of Feminine Presence. And we're going to just dip our toes in to some of those like transformational, like magical practices. So I welcome you all today. And if you would like to introduce yourself, we'll start with Susanne. Welcome, Susanne.
Thank you, Leeann. Yes, I am Susanne Blohm, and I am the manifestation guide that you need to know. And I'm so glad we're having the feminine presence conversations today. And I believe I've been on one of them with you before as well. And sometimes as women, and even just today as a woman, there were times when I was like, oh, I feel really powerless here. What is going on? And there's an art to being who we are and an art to bringing that to the planet. And there's a reason for it. And so I'm really glad that we're discussing this today. Thank you so much.
Thank you and welcome. And Jo, would you like to introduce yourself and welcome today?
Certainly. Thank you, Leanne. Hi, everyone. I'm Jo Irwin, formerly known as Joanne. So I'm here because I love this work. I love the feminine energy work, and I work with women around this as well. I'm an emotion and energetic empowerment coach for business owners, solopreneurs, and women in business. So I love to use the energy for empowering them to step out of their comfort zone and into who they truly are, in the form of mainly being seen, playing bigger. You might have heard of that recently, and some of you have joined that, but now moving into the place of being seen is great, but what about calling in the things and money around being, when you are being seen, in the process of developing that program for women as well, with a little experiment or experience. So moving into the world of money, which I'm really excited about playing with, because there's no point in being out there unless we're ready to receive all the things that we deserve and all the things that we work with. So I've been working in the energy for 4 decades now, and practitioner of many different modalities, including the art of feminine presence. Played with it, not 100% qualified, but I have done many courses on that. So yeah, I'm really excited about this conversation today, through deep connection and listening and intuitively being guided into who we truly are. So thank you for having me.
Thank you and welcome, Jo. And Helen, welcome. And if you would love to introduce yourself.
Yes, I'm Helen, and I'm a warrior for pleasure. I have deeply explored the feminine through exploring my own sexuality, and I did that in the framework of the erotic blueprint. I'm an erotic blueprint coach, and I discovered that my primary blueprints are energetic and sensual. Like Leanne was talking about exploring the world through energy, I was very disempowered in my energetic blueprint. And over the last 10 years, I've developed a deeper understanding of what it is to be a highly sensitive person, to be a person that feels all of the energy, wasn't really aware of my boundaries. So I resonate with all of those things that you talked about, Leanne. And this is a large part of my coaching work. I am also a qualified Qigong teacher, and Qigong comes from Taoism, and there's the whole Taoist erotic arts that are associated with that. And I've become much more aware of my feminine, that the yin and the yang through the Qigong practice. So I'm very thrilled to be able to join with you in this discussion. Thank you.
Thank you and welcome, Helen. Anick, welcome. And you would like to introduce yourself.
Good morning, everyone. It's morning here anyway, down under, winter morning, Saturday morning. Thank you, Leanne, and great to see you ladies here on the panel. I'm excited of what we're gonna co-create together and discover and share. So my name is Anick Patry. It's a French name, as you can hear. I'm in Sydney, Australia, and I'm a holistic mentor. I'm the founder of the Voice Alchemist Academy. I'm a TEDx speaker. I'm an international best-selling author and a retreat facilitator and a sound healer. Okay. I am here to empower, elevate, educate. I am one of those empath, super sensitive, very, very psychically opened. And yeah, I'm here to empower heart-centered leaders and conscious entrepreneurs to get their magic, their message out there in the world, to embody their own creative power, because we have a creative power within ourselves, and to embody your highest joy. You're here to be happy. You're here in this big playground to create, to express, to contribute, and to have fun. You're not here to be miserable. And my father used used to say, don't wait for your pension, but live your passion. Yeah, live your passion instead of waiting for your pension. I'm practicing. I make mistakes sometimes. I'm human. But I'm practicing. And the art of feminine presence is, correct me if it's not the case, but I assume it's the work of Rachel Jane Groover, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have done Rachel Jane, she's Australian, she lives in America. I have done a lot of training with Rachel Jane in Melbourne, and yeah, it's been very rich. So yeah, let's play.
Thank you and welcome, Anick. And for a moment, I would love you to just reflect on everything that you heard, everything that you witnessed about all the beautiful women in our Zoom room, all of the beautiful inspirations and qualities, and they were like all these little zingy moments that I witnessed. So just take a moment to place your hands. Just maybe we'll start on our heart. And just close your eyes and take a beautiful breath. And just for a moment, just even witness your wonder, your beauty, and the beauty of the women who've spoken. And then place your hands a little further down onto your womb space. And take a beautiful breath again and drop in. And again, you're witnessing your wonder and the wonder of the women who've spoken. You're witnessing and presencing your power and the feminine power. And now just place your hands on top of your thighs, and we're going to do a little drop in. Just a drop in before we begin our discussion. So if you need to move your shoulders, gently move your shoulders like there's a flow in your body, a flow and a movement. And be aware of your sit bones on your chair and the back of your body resting, and where the back of your body touches your chair. And your feet, where are your feet? Are they crossed? Are they happy? Do they want to play and be like one foot in front of the other or one behind? Or maybe sometimes it's even turn the soles of the feet together. What do you notice where your feet want to be? Do they want to play and move? And feel them settle. So imagine everything softening now, coming into womb space, dropping in and just below the navel and back towards the spine. Just imagine there's a golden slippery slide and you slide down the golden slippery slide back into the space, just a little down from the navel and back in womb space. And then now with that connection, what do you notice? Do you notice there's a light, a warmth, a sense of joy? Anything is okay. Just notice. And allow your body to soften around this space. Allow a little movement in the womb, maybe a little pelvic tilt, back and forward, side to side. Just move the pelvis just a little so you really connect into the belly bowl, into that space, the space that we call in Art of Feminine Presence, home. You're dropping into home. And your legs are like big tree trunks that go down from the hips And from your feet, you have big roots that go down into Mother Earth. And they wrap around the center of Mother Earth energy, come all the way back up and meet through the legs, through those roots, through the legs, into womb space. And you may even like to feel that this energy comes to the back of your body and supports you like a grandmother hug. And you rest back a little deeper into that welcoming hug of Mother Earth energy. You get to rest, pause, to be in the presence and feel a softening in your shoulders, your heart, your belly, your head. And come back into the belly now, into that space, a little down and further back. Has that area expanded in light, in warmth, in connection, in joy, self-breath, and rest there for a moment. Being home, being fully and deeply connected to the space where your feminine energy is held. Your feminine energy rises from this space. Be in the presence and feel. And now when you feel ready, you can now take a deeper breath and gently come back to the room. Come back to the screen and look around your room at the colors. Look around the room at what you notice. Do you notice a brightness, a light, the colors that jump out for you? And look at the screen and the beautiful women in the screen. What do you notice? This beautiful, welcoming, soft inquiry of who are you really? Who are you really? Inside in that beauty, that wisdom that you hold. Magnificence. And take a breath and settle into just being you, being home. And I would love to open our conversation just with maybe, first of all, what is it that you notice now? And we might go around, first of all, so that we have the opportunity to deeply witness the words and the magic that wants to be shared by you now. And then I'll come back. And what was coming to me this morning was we could have a conversation about celebration. Celebrate. So there's two little aspects. So first of all, we might start with what is it now that you really would love to share? What do you notice? And I might start with Anick this time.
So you wanted me to talk about celebration?
Actually, first, what you notice now about yourself or about what you notice now after the coming home, and then we'll come back to the celebration. Okay, we'll do one round and then come back.
Okay, that sounds good.
Thank you.
Fantastic. What I noticed, I love this. I love when I give myself permission to pause, and I practice meditation and I do yoga, and I love this feeling of being at home within myself. It's just the most delicious feeling when it's quiet and feeling available and present. That's what it is, the art of feminine presence, the presence to what is here, what's needed right now. So I'm grateful for this moment to tune in. That's where often intuition comes through messages or what I need to hear and I need to receive in that moment. So it's a real, as the feminine is the receptor. We're here to receive as feminine, and to be able to go into our masculine and take action and give out in the world. I feel like this pose, this presence to ourselves is just so sacred and essential. Is essential. We can't, well, I notice in myself and the people I work with, clients I work with, in human in general, like when we haven't done any centering on ourselves in any quiet time, we don't have as much to offer, to give, to connect with others. You can't be present to someone else if you haven't given the presence to yourself. So really beautiful practice to do on a daily basis. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Anick. And Helen, would you like to share?
Leeann, I was surprised when I first came into that room space that it felt very empty, and I explored that. And we've just had a death in the family, and I think that I was holding some grief. We sat and did the coming home practice. I was able to draw a lot more resources in. So where I feel now is much more grounded, much more centered, allowing still the grief process, but to do it from that much more centered place. So thank you for that beautiful practice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Jo, would you like to share something?
Sure. It was a beautiful practice. Thank you, Leeann, because for me, it reconnected me. This week's been quite a big one. And what I did notice, firstly and most importantly, was the aliveness that lives there, the vibration of aliveness. And the feet they just wanted to be relaxed in that space. They didn't want to move. They didn't want to play. They just wanted to be present. And even though one was a little slightly in front of the other, I just saw that as, wow, it's just relax, take it all. And the vibrancy of that, even in relaxation, is profound, because we're still alive in the being, in that center of who we are, coming back down into the roots and then back up through it was like a kundalini rising up the back of my spine. And then, but it didn't stop there. It went all the way up to the back of my head, where my brain has been pulsating all week in this vibration of excitement, but it was a little bit overdeveloped, if I might say it like that, in what I've been doing. And then when coming back into the womb space, it was an orb. It was this spinning orb, which glowed, right? And I went, wow, isn't that interesting? We can still be doing, but live in the vibrancy and the energy of being fully in our body, in ourself, in our womanhood, in our feminine energy. That was just really lovely, and what I noticed in that experience. Yeah, so thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing, Jo. Dan, is there something you would like to share?
So much of what the ladies are saying is similar to what I went through, but you first brought us into the womb, and I'm like, don't have one actually in my mind. And then you said womb space, and I'm like, I heard the space, and I'm like, okay, Susanne, what if we just relaxed? And that has been my day. So I am going into my supper hour. So my day has already happened, and it has been one of those days where I needed to listen to my alignment and to my body and to my calling, but I allowed a to-do list to guide me. So this experience today, right now, was just what I needed to go, you know what? We're just going to back off of that to-do list, which had 5 things on it, by the way, and I only have 2 of them done. So you know what's happening in my mind. So you just allowed me to go, okay, what actually came up for me today was I'm trying to help our son with this, and I'm just such a crappy mom. I can't seem to get it done. And it was so cute because my husband goes, what you get done is not a measure of how good of a mother you are. And he said exactly the right things. But it just shows you the space we can get ourselves into if we're not listening to our body and not acting from alignment. And I knew from this morning when I sat here that this isn't where I wanted to be, that this office and desk wasn't for me today. And yet I made myself sit here, and I'm really grateful that you called me out in that way of taking me in and giving me that time to just go, okay, you weren't serving yourself today. What needs to shift? So, of course, I feel completely differently now. Thank you for that, because that grounding is exactly what I needed. That reminder was exactly what I needed. So it was a great way for me to end my evening. I wish I had started my day like this, but I'm getting there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. And when I'll speak for myself, when I get to witness your beautiful sharing, your conversation, that the practice of witnessing in art of feminine presence is like very powerful in that it allows that space for us to really listen, to really be present, and to allow ourselves to go through the process that may happen internally that I may not be aware of as I witness you. So there's that beautiful connection, that beautiful witnessing, and even that opportunity to process. And you may have noticed that as each person spoke, oh yeah, oh yeah, like all those little moments. And then to really feel and connect to the words, the delivery, the depth of that connection that you have by coming home is truly amazing for me to witness each time that you share and speak. So I just wanted to share that little bit of what happens to me, and there might be something else that happens for you when you witness. And I encourage you, if you've not been aware of that witnessing, just start to drop home and be the witness of what am I witnessing. That's one of the deep practices in art of feminine presence as well. And Susanne, you could start every morning like that. Go tomorrow.
And I know I'm jumping in, but you asked us to talk about celebration. And I just have to say, when it comes to celebrating who we are as women, one of the things that we are, and I'm grateful for it truly, is more sensitive, more emotional, more open to what's happening within and without and around. And those emotions that I was feeling, I know better. I know how to start my day aligned. I know to go, oh, hang on. What is happening here? Why am I feeling this way, this overwhelm, this frustration? Why don't I back right up? And sometimes, for some reason, despite what we all know on this call, we stay in that. And I want to celebrate the emotions, and I want to say, Susanne, pay attention. What are you doing? Stop it. Regroup. Bring yourself in. Do that meditation. Take that moment. Go for that walk. For me, it's a walk in nature. Do those things that allow me to come home so that then I can make a more informed choice about what's next, what's in alignment, and a lot of guys are like, what do you even mean by that? By the way, a lot of women are like, what do you mean? But we have this gift, and it's tapping into it, and it's so beautiful to use, and it's so funny to watch us not use it and know better. Anyway.
No, please. And if there's anything else, we will go into celebration. If there's anything else that you would like to share about celebration. And I guess the reason why I wanted to talk about and bring up the celebration with us now as we've dropped in home is through my conversations this week, it's come up a lot with my clients or my friends. And it just seems to be like, why don't we celebrate? But why we can celebrate. Let's just celebrate. So I would love to open that up with you. Is there anything else, Susanne, that you wanted to share? Oh, sorry, Joe. I'll just see if Susanne. No, you're all good.
I'd love to jump in after. I love to hear all of you ladies. Yes, thank you.
Great, we'll come back. So Joe, would you like to share?
Yeah, I just wanted to honor Susanne because I just love what she's sharing there around we default back to those places even when we know. And I just love your honesty because it's speaking to so many women that they think it's bad. They think it's shameful because they know all the stuff and they don't follow through. So thank you for sharing that piece. It's so important that we're okay, even when we default. The key is that you recognize that and we bring ourselves, that's right. We remember to go for that walk or get on the yoga mat, whatever it is. For me, it's the yoga mat. But yeah, celebration, man, that's hit the nail in for me today because personally, I haven't taken that time this week to celebrate me and all the things and bring the joy back. And even taking that space to just walk away from work for a while, just a day. And I'm pretty good at weekends of turning off my social media and my messages and not engaging, giving myself space. But how am I celebrating myself by doing that? That's just an action. Okay, how do I want to play? What does that look like for me? And just stepping into just saying yes to that every single day. Bring back the celebrations because I know we all work so hard. We all, especially when we're launching, and yeah, how do we get that balance? So having the balance is really the key for me right now. I'm a good celebrator, but not always of myself, celebrating everybody else, like encouraging every other woman that's doing great things. But hang on a minute, reminding me. And that's part of the deep wounding work that is the journey, because it all sometimes raises its little head and takes over. So what a great reminder. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for sharing, Joanne. I wanted to just share because as you were speaking, it just kept coming to me. And one of the things that I shared in my class this week was one little thing that I do to celebrate is just find somewhere where I can dangle my legs. Dangle your legs. And the joy that I receive of that is just incredible. So I encourage everyone to go from after class, go and dangle your legs for that celebration, for that joy. And I think it's like the lower part, if we look at it it's the lower part of our body, like our hips, that freedom, that childlike freedom of dangling my legs. And it was so beautiful because one of the girls sent me a message. I'm out the back on the wall dangling my legs. So I thought, yay. So I encourage you to dangle your legs, girls, today. It can be that simple, yeah? Thank you for that. Helen, would you like, Anick, would you like to go next? Yeah.
I just love it. I love the simplicity of it because sometimes we look at complex. The mind loves complexity and makes it hard and complicated. But at the end of the day, it's so simple. Our needs, it's just so basic and simple. And it's funny you talk about dangling your legs because right now I've got my feet on a massage machine for my feet. As we speak on this panel, I've got my feet are getting massage and it's just so nice. That's a reward of the week and the celebration, and it just feels so good. But what I love to do that's always celebrative for me is I do ecstatic dance. Ecstatic dance is so delicious. Moving your body, there's no step per se, it's just 5 rhythm dance. I'm sure here people will know about 5 rhythms dance, the 5 waves of energies, and ecstatic dance, just shaking, moving, and letting your body be expressed. For me, that's such a celebration to be alive, just being alive. And tonight I'm going to sing kirtan. I'm also a fan of kirtan. They're my ways of celebrating life, singing and dancing. And every cultures have that. Every cultures around the world have their song, their music, and their typical dance that they're doing. And it's just so human and so nourishing and so celebrative. It's very celebrative, if such a word exists, celebrative. Anyway, I make it up. I like it. Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Thank you. Yeah. Helen.
Yeah, Leanne, there's a theme of lower body coming through here. And today I have been contemplating a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh about kissing the earth with your feet. And as I've been thinking about that quote, that's just a small part of it, but that little piece, the kissing of the earth with your feet, really resonated with me. So in my thoughts today, I've been celebrating how much more connection I feel with earth. I've been a very head person and up out here, and over the years I've developed this beautiful connection with the earth and the earth's energy. Qigong has been a very important part of that. Qigong just literally means energy work, and not everyone's familiar with Qigong, but we work with the earth element, and also we're working with the water element with our feet, that connection to the earth through the kidney meridian, which starts at the base of the foot, and it's our richest energy source, nourishing that kidney energy. But I've been celebrating today the sense of feeling rounded and supported. Yeah. So when you started the meditation with feet, I thought, of course, because that's what I've been thinking about today. Yeah. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Oh, Susanne, did you want to share again?
Do you mind if I jump in?
No, jump in.
You know what it's like when we're learning and we're working and we're moving forward and we're helping people. And as I hear you talk about celebration, it takes me back to that wonderful book Neil Donald Walsh wrote called Happier Than God. And he talks about there's 5 great principles of life. The energy of attraction that gives us power, the law of opposites that gives you opportunity, the gift of wisdom gives you discernment. Didn't I need some of that today? The joy of wonder that gives you that imagination, and then the presence of cycles that gives you that eternal flow. And really the process of our life is built on that. As life creates itself, it's part of the process. And then a life as it appears is its expression. And then life as it affects us is life's experience. And we choose how life affects us. It is our conscious choice, which then allows us to continue in this process. But back to the conscious choice. Am I choosing celebration? Because you and I and Helen and Joe and Anick can all see the same thing happen and choose a different feeling about that, an experience from that. And am I able to choose celebration? A lot of the times, absolutely. And even in the sad times, there are small things to be celebrated still. So that's not really what I wanted to dwell on, was that although being grateful and celebrating is important, but as we go through this process, to know that those cycles are there, and that if I can't necessarily feel like celebration today, maybe it'll be a few days, but you know what? That cycle could be going faster. It could be like, maybe not right now, but maybe an hour from now. Maybe, and we can allow these cycles to affect us and play in our life at our own discretion. And I want more celebration. So I love that. I choose to celebrate. So thank you for bringing that up.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much for sharing there. Beautiful. Lots of celebrations, Anick. Oh, oh dear. I'll just tune in for a moment just to feel what was something I was going to share about. Oh, that's it. When we are in like the embodiment of whatever. It could be we're a little bit unhappy, or we're in our feminine, or we're sad. It's like this energy goes out from us, doesn't it? And we, as wise women, we know we can choose, like you were saying, Susanne. And the part that I really love about the effect that I can bring is that is going to affect like my little granddaughter. So when I see my little granddaughter on FaceTime, it's become very present. I pull back, I drop right in very consciously, do this practice of, and the whole experience then changes. And I was going to share, because you've been talking about yoga and different things. When I was teaching one class one time, I was doing some core work, and the girls would say to me, "Oh no, Leeann, not that again." They absolutely hated it. They did not want to do it. And I would say to them, "Are you in feminine presence now? Are you home? Why don't you practice from home?" And the witnessing that I saw when the women did that was a whole different. There was no complaining about, "We don't want to do that pose, Leeann." It was this whole, "Oh, I'm going to experience this core work or this pose now from a whole different space." So it was just that simple reminder. Am I home? Am I choosing to be home? Where am I? Am I out in my bubble, my talking bubble? Or can I come home? And then the effect that has on everybody around me. That's one of the deep joys that I love in the art of feminine presence as well. And I get to share it with my granddaughter and see her little face. It's so beautiful. So I just wanted to share that little story with you, that you are amazing, powerful embodiment women. And yeah, we can make that huge difference in the world and those people around us. And it's okay when we're not as well. It's okay. It's all okay. And actually, in the art of feminine presence, when you are truly home, that's when it becomes even more clear that it's okay. It's okay when it's not. It's okay when something is different or not working. It really is okay. So that is beautiful. Is there anything else before we're going to do a little closing, connecting again? Is there anything else that you would love to share before we move on?
I'd love to, if that's okay, to share when you were just speaking there. I love that you brought back the piece around witnessing and seeing. Sometimes it's the invisible, right? And energy is invisible, and we can't always measure that. But this piece around sometimes definitely often the most subtle shifts come the most profound experience. So when you speak this to some people, they're like, "Oh no, but that's so simple." It's too easy. And then by doing the practice, you realize, oh, you're looking at life from a whole different perspective. And specifically with grandchildren. Thank you for the reminder, because sometimes it can be a little bit chaotic and crazy. So yes, there's the most subtlest shift or refinement of a practice can be the most profound experience, and seeing things from a different perspective as well. And this piece around feeling what you're feeling, yes, we choose, but not to disregard what you're feeling, take that down into your womb space and feel it from there and learn, what is this about? What is it teaching me? Where am I meant to? Because one thing that's been coming up for me lately is this piece around disappointment. Okay. Nobody's disappointing me, but where's this disappointment live in me? And working with what comes up rather than just dismissing it. So I think that's a really important thing for women to understand, that all the feels, all the emotions are valid and they're coming from somewhere, and it's an opportunity to really go deep with that. Yeah.
Thank you, Jo. Is there anything else that anyone would like to share before we do our little closing? Let's go back into just dropping in. And once we've done this, maybe then there's something for you to share. Take a breath, feel your heart. Notice, have you popped out into your head again? Are you filled with lots of thoughts? Just notice where you are. Move into your heart space. You may even like to just pop your hand and just give your heart a little rub. Your beautiful heart space, the Anahata chakra, the space of compassion, love, devotion, forgiveness, and understanding. And move down to your solar plexus. Just maybe rub your solar plexus and land in your belly. And take a lovely breath and soften your shoulders. Where is it that you want to be right now? Where is it that you choose? Being in womb space, being home, connecting to your beautiful wisdom. As you breathe, perhaps the space, that womb space, expands to feel the whole of your womb space, the whole of your hip, outside your hip, and maybe into that egg that's contained around you, into your light globe. If you were to put your hands out beside you, they would be at the edges of your fingertips, above you, below you, and again in front of you and behind you. The beautiful light globe, the egg shape around you. Just for a moment, be aware of breathing from home at womb space and filling your egg with beautiful golden light. I'm home in my light globe. And when I'm finished now and I go back to my family or go back to people in my community or my friends, take your light globe with you. Be in the presence of your magnificence, your love. Allow the embodiment of the art of feminine presence and your light globe to touch and heal the world, your friends, your family. And for a moment, breathe in this presence. And when you're ready, you can come back, either staying in light globe or being in the presence of womb space, just coming back. And again, I encourage you to notice the colors around you, what you notice, what things jump out in the room. Is there beautiful things that you love, that you have in your environment? And I thank you for your beautiful conversation this morning, your beautiful presence, and to be able to witness your truly magnificent feminine. And just place your hands and just celebrate for a moment to your beautiful self. Celebrating, hug, you know, that beautiful hug that you can give. Dangle your legs. Thank you so much, Susanne, Helen, Anick, Joanne, and Sophia for being present this morning, sending this beautiful healing energy and love out into the world.
Thank you, Leeann, for facilitating another incredible wisdom circle. I've been sitting here listening to it in the background, and I've actually got goosebumps and chills. So very powerful. Thoroughly agreeing with you and everyone, like dangling legs. A idea. Let's all just go to the park and hang out and dangle our legs and just connect with that feminine within us. So thank you. To honor you, Leeann, and I look forward to your next Art of Feminine Presence same time next month. For anyone who is watching our live or the replay, do click on the links below and reach out to these amazing women, and especially Leeann, if you have any questions about the Art of Feminine Presence, come back and watch us next month as well. Thank you, Susanne, Joe, Helen, and Anick for joining us again for another incredible conversation, and I look forward to seeing everyone again next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leeann. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.